Hello Internet, I am your host Zyphose. I have finally made a return to all 22 subscribers at the time of this recording. So, I've been away for a while, as my last upload was 2-3 years ago. Yeah, life happened, shit happened, and other things happened. Before I start off with this brand new Let's Play of mine, I'm just going to give a quick, brief rundown of what's actually gone on. I'm a student, I'm at university, again at the time of this upload. I got a new computer, new mic, new everything. So as you can probably hear now from the clarity of my voice, it's a lot better compared to my old stuff with Sonic and Mario, Golden Axe, and yeah, I know it's not really saying much because I don't have a lot on my channel at the moment, but I'm hoping to change that in the future. So, just to give a quick rundown is Mario Deluxe that I previously did probably will not be making a return, simply because the hard drive I had all my data on it has died. So I lost everything. The only thing I have in terms of recording is what's on YouTube. Anything else I've done outside of what's online, it's all gone. I've lost everything. That's a bit of a bummer. And I also, on top of that, another thing happened. When I was recording this, I've completed the game at this point. All the episodes are done. I finished the game, and then I'm going to periodically upload them. But when I was making edits to the audio commentary on the first episode, being this episode, Audacity crashed, corrupted, and lost all of my data. As far as I'm aware, it's just for the first episode. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically watch the first episode and talk in real time and try and relive my first impressions of this game and hopefully entertain you guys in the process. So without further ado, let's start Bunny Must Die. Hello Internet, once again, welcome to Bunny Must Die. So this is a game that I've been wanting to record and play for a very long time. I heard it was a Metroidvania, I laughed at the trailer footage for it, so I wanted to get playing it straight away. So the first thing I did as I went to the options menu, just make sure it was on widescreen full window resolution, 32-bit color palette. Frame rate is 60 FPS opposed to 30 FPS. I basically left all this blank. And I only just noticed this here. There was a classic graphic style and a remix graphic style. I have no idea what the difference is, I just stuck with the default. So I think at this point I just press play and let the game take me on a grand adventure. So on this game it has multiple save files, which is nice. I just have this one save. I haven't gone back and done a second playthrough or anything like that. And because this game lets you input your own names, I just went with my name as, of course, Zyphose. And just took it from there. And start game. 1999XX. Cat weapons using thermo power has triggered a feline world war, enveloping the world in feline flames. I'd just like to pinpoint out, when I first read this, I was throwing a fit of laughter everywhere because it was just so funny to me. At this point, I was crying with laughter already. It was just the first opening statement of the game. Unfortunately, I'm unable to recreate that because it wouldn't be legit. Remaining populace were plunged into a cruel world where only... I take that back. No, on the contrary, they actually achieved harmonious use of energy and lived their days in peace. Oh, yeah, that was a thing that happened in the original one. I just kept going. All's well that ends well. 3 days later, the mighty power plant exploded. At the time, Bunny just happened to be nearby. What a poor girl. She was not badly injured, but the exploding cat curse caused her to grow cat ears. Okay, I take it back, it's still fucking funny. Bunny was turned into a half rabbit, half cat something or other. Oh my, how terrible this all is. Bunny then followed the portly divine messenger who suddenly appeared to her. In the original video, I stated that he looked like a bunnified Mr. Popo from the Dragon Ball series. They soon arrived at the Devil's Labyrinth, where she could break the curse. However... Bang. As soon as they arrived, they were attacked by a raging bull. And then I also claimed, what kind of fucking bull is that? The portly divine messenger fought back with everything he had, but it proved futile. He was pierced 24 times by those incredibly sharp thorns, dying on the spot. The portly messenger was totally beyond dead, because there's a state beyond dead apparently in your second... whatever. A second state beyond death. The raging bull then up and left, but Bunny had no idea how to escape the place. Remainder abbreviated. So at this point in the game, it shows you what your abilities are there and stuff. I didn't know what the hell was what, because the game, it just says whatever, whatever. It doesn't give you, like, for example... Crouch, it says down. Attack, use weapon. What button is attack? It doesn't give you like any kind of key or any kind of like picture display or anything, an icon, nothing. So for the first part of this intro to the game, I was kind of roaming around aimlessly because I didn't know what to do or what to expect. And at this point, I was very confused why I couldn't turn right. I could only turn left, and I was figuring out buttons like the jump, the attack. It was here. You got the gears of the past, allows you to walk backwards. And that was the reason I was unable to turn right, because I didn't get the mandatory item in the first section of the game. So at this point I noticed she could jump pretty high, she could throw her weapons in multiple directions, which is nice. Let's figure out the controls for the game. There's the options menu. We'll be seeing that quite a lot in this playthrough. And that we just saw there is a screenshot button for whatever reason this game needs. I don't see any point or purpose to it. Gates open for a short amount of time when the corresponding switch is pressed. This will be a recurring gimmick. Also, I stated that it looks like she's taking a dump on his face on the sign. Careful, closing gates are dangerous. Take too long underneath and you'll be rabbit mince. Still getting used to the jumping mechanic and the jumping arc, because it is a bit finicky in this game, I'll admit that. And at this point I was like, why are the spikes not killing me or hurting me or anything of the sort? There's a reason they're not active. But you'll see soon. You got an empty vessel. Maximum life power increased. So, in terms... Those spikes jutting up from the floor are, as you might expect, very painful if touched. And that's why they made the top ones inactive in case you accidentally jumped onto them, I assume. If you have a lot of life, you might survive, maybe. Being... Oh, I didn't get a chance to read that. But I think I just jump into it straight away, I think I do. I'm sure. But at that point I'm wondering what's happening with that time, because it said hourglasses open the doors, but it was like 1 second. There was no way I could have got there in 1 second. Because you can hear the door like opening and closing. So I was just trying to figure out what the hell to go on, and yeah, I accidentally missed my jump and died. It's a sad thing that my adventures have ended here. So of course, not knowing or not expecting to know what's going to happen in this game, I just went back straight into it. Don't know why I went back into the options menu. Oh, yeah, the key config, because I was trying to figure out what buttons did what. But here, it just... it's not very helpful. It's like... Oh, that's the reason why I went back in here. I remember now, is I switched the buttons around. So on an Xbox 360 controller, A was jump and B was attack. Whereas before it was the other way around, where B was jump and A was attack. And I did not like that, because it kept making me mess up. So here I'm getting to know how the game works a little bit. I missed the Gears of Time power-up, and at this point I remembered she can dash. I never used this. Instead I just jumped backwards. I never used that like dash in the game at all. Well, the backwards dash at least anyway. I think I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. I'm not too sure. Oh, yeah, and I'm realizing now that she can like have a spread sword attack, because I thought it would be pretty handy, and it's pretty cool to see that happen. But because I died, I didn't save of any kind. I had to get all the items again, so I had to get my my life upgrade, if you will, and then I died. It was at this point where I kind of figured out what this game is going to be like. It's going to be one of those types of games where it's trial and error until you get something right, or until you basically get good at it. Also, I'd like to pinpoint, but on the main menu screen where you choose like play game or whatever, I lost my shit because of the drawing representation of Bunny. Just the pose she was in. Just her fucking eye. If you look at her eye, it's kind of like melted away and it's off to one side, just skewered for some reason, and it looks fucking hilarious. I don't know what the artists were thinking, but I'm so glad they drew it, because I was in absolute stitches. But anyway, back to the game. I'm still trying to figure out what happens here with this hourglass. I still didn't know how to fix it, but instead I just turned right because we hadn't gone right. Yeah, and then I just noticed these blocks. I was like, surely they can be destroyed. And so yeah, I figured out you can break those blocks at that point. I tried to get up here, which you can't get up there. Well, not just yet anyway. Like, you can get onto that first block, but you can't get onto the second one just yet. That won't be until later on. I think at this moment, it was where I discovered this other save point. Crouch in front of this monument to save your progress. It restores you completely, but 100 seconds of time will pass. I go on in this playthrough questioning what it means by the 10 seconds of time, but as far as I'm aware, I may be wrong, but it's something to do with the time spent in the game and how it affects things like speedruns and how fast you can beat the game. So we just encountered our first enemy, some kind of pumpkin guy, and he throws out some flames. They're almost everywhere. They're pretty like common. They're the Goombas of this game, basically. Bunny can expend time power to stop the flow of time. This creates a world in which only Bunny can move. So throughout the game, again, it's going to be a Metroidvania. You get more powers the more you play. You get to explore new areas and stuff. Turn it on off by pressing time. So when I get this, you got the yellow powder, maximum time power increased. So now we have time power in this game, which will be one of the main focuses of it. At the start, it's pretty weak, it's pretty boring. I'm pausing time, but it slowly counts down until time restores to normal. But you basically upgrade it over time, and the more stuff you collect, the better it gets, as you would expect. So yeah, these pumpkin guys. They're pretty much everywhere, pretty easily. Simple to go down pretty quickly too. Later on there will be slight variants, nothing too drastic. Maybe like 1 or 2 more hits until they die or something. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just standing around debating on saving it, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out what all this is about because I couldn't wrap my head around it. But I just ended up figuring out it was a save point, and this is where I ended up calling it an episode here. Went to the save point, and just as I just save till next time. So with that said and done, everyone. This is the only episode, as far as I'm aware, where the audio basically messed up. So from here on out, it will all be live, and my natural reaction, and hopefully it won't be as boring as what the intro may have sounded like, and it will be more entertaining for you guys, which I sincerely hope, because I had a lot of fun, for better or worse, I'll say that much, and I hope you will too. And I look forward to seeing you comments or what you have to say, or just saying that you like it, thumbs up, thumbs down, all that bullshit. But anyway, hopefully it'll look back to normal, and I will see you on the next episode of Bunny Must Die. Thank you very much for watching. I am Zyphose, signing out. Have a good one.